power to the players.
Yeah, about that GameStop. We need to talk. First of all, I want to start this video by saying this is not a hate GameStop video. This is a video of what I feel they could do to better their industry as a whole and help them expand, because I honestly feel like GameStop is on its last legs and it knows that, and it could give a crap if they die out or not. But before I get into all that, I figured I'd give y'all a little background on GameStop, because GameStop wasn't always GameStop. So, back in 1983, Mr. James B. McCurry found Babbage's Inc., which was the very first GameStop, so to speak, in Dallas, and it was in a mall. So from that point, they called it Software Etc., which made another Babbage's. From then on, they expanded to EB Games, which is also known as the Electronic Boutique. But came 2000, all of a sudden, all that shut down, and they just basically formed it all into the store that we know now as GameStop. Now, for my entire life, I've always wanted to work at GameStop. I mean, as a gamer, I feel like it'd be like a gaming paradise. It'd be a job that wouldn't really be a job. I'd just be there talking about games, selling games, something that would be fun because it'd be easy for me to do. But over the years, as I kept applying and applying and applying and applying for this job, I just noticed that nobody wanted me, and I felt like I knew a lot about games. If you asked me about a game, I could tell you everything you needed to know. I could sell you that game. I could sell anything in that store. But for some reason, I just couldn't get a job. So, a couple weeks ago, I decided to apply for GameStop. Once again, I did not get the job because they were not hiring, which they say all the time, but they always end up getting new people. Anyway, after this last time, I felt something ain't right about GameStop, so I decided to dig a little into GameStop. Now, aside from what I already know, I know GameStop is a little sleazy with the things that they do. Now, I haven't just gone and Googled stuff about what people say and all of this. I've actually gone and looked at actual people that worked at GameStop, or former employees that had worked at GameStop that's giving GameStop a review, and I've looked at what they said, and it seems that all of these employees that either work there or do not work there anymore all say the same thing about GameStop. And this has been going on for years. I mean, like 10 to 15 years this has been going on. And it goes back to, okay, say you go up in GameStop, right? And you know how they have the used games that you have for, $54.95 or $45.69, something like that. They have it for a cheaper price than the new games. Have you ever gone up in GameStop and have a game for $54.69, for example, and then the new copy is $40? Me, I've seen that before, and it's completely intentional. They've done that on purpose. I mean, GameStop employees have said that they are giving limited copies of a game. Like, say you reserve a game, and some people decide not to reserve it. They purposely get limited copies of a game so that they will run out, and you will walk up in there and you ask for a game, they don't got it, and that will make them sort of force you to come back, say you want another game, and reserve it that time. They want to force you to pre-order games. And not only that, it goes back to the used games. Like, say you go up in there and you ask for a brand new copy of a game because you love that plastic smell when so you ask for a brand new game. and they say they have no copies of the new game that you are looking for. Say it's like Xenoblade Chronicles. You want a brand new copy of Xenoblade, and they do not have that. But they have used copies of it. 10, 15 used copies of it. You don't think that's a little sketchy? Now, some GameStop employees have said they will get a box of brand new games and they will take that out, unwrap the games, break the seal, open that up, open the game up, and sell that for a used game. That ain't right. That is not right. It's complete bullshit. And they get away with this. They get away with it. I don't understand that. So another thing that they have up in GameStop is the circle of life policy, which is when they have to get a certain amount of pre-orders, they have to get a certain amount of rewards cards, they have to get a certain amount of used game sales, and they have to get a certain amount of trade-ins. Now, that's like the curse of GameStop. It's like 99.9% of all employees that have something to complain about will complain about that, because if you do not get that, they will slice your hours as much as they have to get you out of there. And not only that, most of the employees, unless you are a key holder or assistant manager or a manager, you will probably get about 3 hours a week or a day. Say you get a shift, it's most likely gonna be 3 hours. That will kill you. If you expecting a full-time job at GameStop, what it's looking like, you ain't gonna get it. You're gonna have to work 2 jobs. And I have to say, like, how in the world is this giving power to the players? I don't feel empowered when I walk up in GameStop. I don't feel like this is a paradise for me. Like, I got a story for you. One time I went to a midnight release for Sunset Overdrive. Hopped up in there, went up in there with my brother. We wanted to get Sunset Overdrive, and I believe Tomb Raider came out on the same day. I'm not sure. But anyway, so we go up in there to get Sunset Overdrive. It had a lady at the register. She went on ahead, got me, and I had my little ticket ready. She asked me, you came up here for Sunset Overdrive? I was like, yes ma'am, I sure did. And she says, what system do you want it on? Are you getting it on the PS4 or the Xbox? Tell me what's wrong with that. You tell me what's wrong with that. My guy, there is no PS4 version of this. It is only Xbox One. Only. And they hired this person. They hired this person. I'm gonna give you another story. So my cousin also went up in GameStop and he was looking to purchase Neo. And he wanted the guy's opinion on what Neo is, like if he should play it, what it compares to. So the guy said he wanted to know if he should check it out. The guy says, have you ever played Dynasty Warriors? I said, yeah. And he says, yeah, it's a lot like that. What? How? How is Neo anything like that? It don't even make sense. But assistant manager that told him that, he clearly knows nothing about games, and they will sit here and hire these people. Why? So it's like kind of like when you in there with them, they have this pressure on them to sell a certain amount of games. Like when you go and purchase a game, they'll be like, you want to get this, you want to get the disc policy on it. That way, if you scratch it up or break it, you can bring it up here and we can switch it right out. They push that on you because they need that sale. They need that used game sale. They need that pre-order. They need that console sale. They need all of that. And it's not just because it's not a commission thing. It's not that. It's because if they do not get that, their hours get cut. And that leads to my suggestion. Why don't you just make it sort of a commission like thing? Like if somebody gets a console sale, they get a certain amount. If they get a certain amount of used game sales, the highest person with used game sales get a little bonus. Something like that. I mean, they have to make it fun. They have to make these people want to come to work, because if you if you giving them consequences for not doing something, if you slicing their hours because they didn't get, because they're too short of the sales that they were supposed to make, that's gonna make them not want to come back, and that's gonna make them tell other people about it, and that's gonna make that person tell somebody about it, and eventually these people gonna stop wanting to work in general. And not only that, like say a GameStop is doing bad, the corporation will want that manager to pay for the advertisement so that they can get more word out and have people come to that GameStop. I can't make this up. GameStop is not right for what they know that this is the end of them. And I say that because recently in June, Amazon decided to partner up with GameStop, or GameStop decided to partner up with Amazon, vice versa, whatever. GameStop is now supporting Amazon. Amazon is now supporting GameStop. So if you have a Amazon gift card or you have some trade-in credit, you can apply it to either or. And that, people can look at that as, oh well, that's not that serious of a deal. I mean, in a way it is, and in a way it is not. Like, say you want to trade in a PS2, if you bring that to GameStop, they gonna look at you like you stupid. But if you bring it and sell it on Amazon, or you trade it in to Amazon or whatever, you could get more money in that, or you could bring that credit or bring it to GameStop. They can give you that credit to put on Amazon. So I mean, it's a nice thing, but basically you saying you need the help of somebody. And majority of the reason why GameStop is struggling is because of Steam and in Amazon and eBay and all of that. These companies online is taking over, and people don't go to GameStop no more. You can't even find a PC game up in GameStop no more. Like, if you go up in there, it ain't nothing but Steam cards. Like, I want to challenge you, go up in GameStop and look for a PC game. You most likely won't find it. Most likely won't. Like, at one point in time, this corporation has to think about the gamers. They have to truly give the power to the players. They have to really think about us, otherwise they are doomed. There is no way that they are going to succeed if they continue following the path that they are following. There has to be something in the game plan that they can do to make a gamer feel like a gamer, because if you compare GameStop to Walmart, there isn't much of a difference. It's somebody trying to sell you something. The difference between GameStop is that there is a consequence if you don't sell that. There's a consequence if you don't get a large amount of sales. Your hours get cut. You won't work that much there. There's a huge similarity between the two though. It's just a retailer. It's not a place where gamers can go and feel comfortable. They just get poked. Oh, are you gonna buy something? Do you need help with anything? Madden comes out, but I brought you Dark Souls, or I brought you Disgaea 3 to trade in, but you're asking me to pre-order Madden. Like, I have no interest in that, and you should know that if I'm bringing that in. Well, I mean, you don't know that, but if I bring you RPG, don't try to sell me a sports game. That's just common knowledge. They just have to think, like, what would a gamer want to do? Like, if they changed if they made like a different plan, not just the power-up rewards, but if they made it like a subscription to GameStop. Like, if you are a member of GameStop, the GameStop family, they could call it, you could turn it into like a lounge, like, Barnes and Nobles do it, or some type of bookstore where they have like a card group where they'll come in and they'll just play games, or they'll come in and they just play cards or something. They could change that into a GameStop environment. They could make it to where if you are a GameStop member, you can come and chill at GameStop because you pay, say, $15 a month or $25. There's levels to it, and you could make that level to where if you're paying $50 a month for GameStop, their subscription, you can come in there and you could play games all day, off the shelf, just play them all day. That would be pretty cool. it'd be something different. It bring a different feel, and they can have food, they can have drinks. I mean, the policy could switch between these GameStop depending on how bad they're doing. But like that could give some more life to gamers, or if they want to buy a certain game but they're not sure, they should make it to where if you're a GameStop member, you could apply that towards that and play and try it out for free. Or if you're not a member, you pay like $5, and if you like it, then you just deduct that off of the game. Like, say it's a $65 game, it would now be a $60 game since you paid your $5 already to try out the game. That'd be something that would kind of take the pressure off of the sale for the employee, and it would make it more of the customer's decision and not just them pushing you to do it. I mean, it's on you, and if you don't like it, you can apply that $5 to another game. That way you don't have to get a refund. You can just, if you have two options, you can just try this game. If you don't like it, move to the next one. You know, I mean, but in all complete honesty, I used to shop at GameStop all the time, faithfully. I mean, I would walk up in there every time a game came out. Every time they had a midnight release, I'd be there. Every time they had a new game coming out, I'd go there and check it out. I'd go there and buy any game that came out. I'd be there to pick it up. But now I rarely ever go to GameStop because I've noticed that it don't feel right. It don't feel good going in there. It just feels like they're stressed out trying to get a sale, and they're pushing me to make a buy. And I'm not sure myself if I want to get it, because it's GameStop. It's just a different feel than it used to be. A lot has changed, and it's, in all honesty, I want no part of GameStop. I don't want to buy anything from there. I don't want to work there. Definitely now. It's like one time it was a dream, but now it's just like, it's they're basically screwing. But hey, I'm sure that this is falling on deaf ears and I'm wasting my time. I mean, if you're a CEO, you ain't really listening to anybody that has anything to say because you feel you got money. And if it falls, you still gonna have money. So, I mean, it's just how I feel. I want GameStop to, I want it to rise. I want it to succeed. I want it to become great, but it don't look like it's gonna be great much longer. It's not great right now. But that's all I got to say for today. If you like what I said, if you have any suggestions of what GameStop should do, if you have any stories of GameStop, leave it in the comment section. Tell me everything. Leave a like, subscribe, share it. I feel like if you share this enough, maybe GameStop will see it, and they'll see what I said, and they'll be like, oh, okay, you got a lit point. But one can only hope, right? But that's all for today. This is Kiyu. I'm out. Peace.